And there, he could not hang on. It's third down. From the gun, Hannah steps away. He may try and run for this. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On now is the Titans punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line.
First and 10 at their own.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Murray now on first down, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 44 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray, buying time to his left. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point attempt here still to come. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called a desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hannah, his throw incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hannah looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ramirez. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
On now is the Titans punter, as he's on here to punt it away. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt, it doesn't work out, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just noticed special teams coordinators rallying the team saying, watch the fake, but Brandon, don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the 4th quarter. That's their job. They scream that every time.
And this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it, and they were ready for it and stopped it.
He was brought down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
1st down, Murray. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Murray. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
He'll try and run it, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 17 yards out, and the Cardinals will extend their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And that stretches the lead to 27. That time a 6-play drive. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. 21-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take out all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. To throw on second down. Hannah. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. The pass. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Throw left side complete. It's Ramirez. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
A 4-yard pickup.
It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs.
Back 55. Back 55. Oh, yeah.
Operating from the gun. Hannah. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
8 yards. It's second down.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, Hannah. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
6 yards.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From the 36, Murray Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Pass interference. Defense.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the pass.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Steps away to his left. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff. Because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in what is... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
34. Titans, nothing.
The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Here's Murray. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They do go for it. It's Murray. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. A gutsy call. 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it, because to me it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air, and what a result. Big-time play.
The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2. Murray now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Point conversion is no good.
I know we could sit up here
40.
and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, Somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this minute. No,
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach, but maybe one possession at a time. Try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Throwing on first down. Hannah, he's going to loft it. Deep right sideline. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw on third down. Hannah, and that will be incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Bang it.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
Forced out to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw is Murray. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40.
1st and 10.
Give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
That one goes for 24 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
from the red zone. Here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Number 41.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Murray staying put for now. They'll go for it on 4th down. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 13 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Titans on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun. Hannah under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Loss of 9 yards. 3 and out.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On now is the Titans punter. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. Fielded at the 43. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. The football going back over to Arizona now. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards, the final tally. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Murray to air it out again. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Following the fumble recovery. Hannah looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Hannah to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, Mike Vrabel says, let's get 3 out of this. He sends on the field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
47.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
1st and 10. That's it.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even...
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
82.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Operating from the gun, Hannah. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
The contact.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Arizona, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.
Thank you.